Plaintiff Raymond Curry is 64 years old, and since his wife passed away 4 years ago, he's dated quite a few younger women, including the 22-year-old defendant. Raymond says he and the defendant had sex for 8 months, but the relationship went south after he got caught cheating. Raymond suing his ex for a bounce check. Defendant Misty Mullen denies dating Raymond and insists she was only intimate with him one time, when she was drunk. Misty admits that Raymond was a good man, so they continued being friends. And Misty says she was the victim of an internet scam, and that's where she got the bad check from.
Sir, you're suing your ex-girlfriend for $1,950 for a breach of contract?
Yes.
Tell me what's going on.
Well, Your Honor, my name is Raymond Curry. I'm 64 years old, and my wife passed away about 4 years ago.
Sorry to hear that.
And since she passed away, I've been dating quite a few younger women.
How old is the defendant?
22.
22?
Yeah, 42-year difference.
You got any more of what you've been taking? Get some of that. No offense.
I've been dating. I've dated a few. I've dated a few since my wife passed away.
How'd you come up with her? No,
Well,
I'm serious. What's your game?
I've known her for about 8 years. She used to live down the street from me, and then about the last 8 months, me and her hooked up, started having sex.
You even got the lingo right. We hooked up.
Yeah, we started having sex and social life, hanging around together.
You turned her out. Once she got a piece of you, it was no turning back. How long did you all date? For 8 months?
Yeah, she told me I was good.
That's what I'm saying. She couldn't walk away. That's why I want some of what you're taking. And you all obviously fell out. Is it only over the contract, or you all fall out over anything else in the past?
Mainly over the contract, and
Other than that, she was a good woman?
yeah, she's a good woman, but I guess I was cheating around.
She caught you cheating.
Yep.
Yeah, she knows about a girl that I used to have living with me, and I was still kind
You
of
didn't have them fighting over you, did they? They didn't fight each other over you, did they?
I'm classy.
Oh, okay. You too much class to fight her?
Yeah.
She didn't try to fight you?
No.
Okay. What else you want me
I
to know?
want to tell you, one day she was at my house and we got into it. She
The defendant,
Yeah, Misty.
Yes.
She got mad and left, and so I went to get cleaned up, and I went to get my dentures out, and my dentures was gone. So either she got them or the tooth fairy got them. I don't know which, but I ain't got them back yet.
I didn't take his dentures.
Ma'am?
I didn't take his dentures.
Who all was there, sir, during that time period?
Me and her.
I'm
That's
sure
it.
he misplaced them.
So like you say, either the tooth fairy or her. Why did you take his dentures?
I didn't take his dentures. I did not.
What happened to him? You were the only one there.
To be honest, I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but I know I didn't take his dentures.
How much your dentures cost?
I think I paid about $1,200 for them.
Okay, you want to throw that on top of this?
Nah.
All right, we'll just stick with the contract. Give me some background, ma'am.
Like he said, we've known each other for a while. About 8 months ago, I was at his house. His previous girlfriend was there. They got into it. She left.
How old was she?
26, I think.
Wow.
Anyways, she left. I had a couple drinks in me, so yes, I was a little tipsy. I was sitting there with him, comforting, yes, it got intimate. It was only that once, that's all it was. And then I left. We hung out, sociably after that. Never, nothing else. It was just sociably. He's a very good man. He's a good person.
And that's what matters.
Yeah, it is. He's a very good person. Well, after that, I had called my dad because I was actually in a bind for money. My dad told me that he had a life insurance policy that he could cash in on me and that he would send me the check.
Okay, these are the details of the lawsuit. Let me allow him to begin with that. Sir?
Yes, Your Honor. It was more than one time.
No, it wasn't. No.
Yeah, because she was over to the
He
house
is
today. What were you
obsessed.
doing over to his house today?
We
His
were first,
dentures came up missing.
I didn't take the dentures.
What were you doing over there?
Because, like I said, I lived down the street from him, and yeah, we were
I
friends.
understand. What were you doing over there?
Just hanging out.
Hanging out doing what?
Nothing. Chilling, watching TV. Me, him, and his ex.
A person has been intimate with you in the past, and you're sitting up in their house sometime later watching television. There's a little more to it than just a casual friendship.
Okay.
If you didn't want to be intimate with this man, you wouldn't come over his house anymore. A woman, unless she intends to be intimate with him again, she doesn't come over his house.
Your Honor.
Because that's what he's gonna want.
Your Honor.
So why would you walk into someplace in a situation knowing what's coming?
Because he's a good person. He's a good guy. I never thought.
So
I
that's
never
why
seen
you
it like that.
go ahead.
Okay, Your
All
Honor.
right.
I've loaned her money through the past, helped her out and that. And she
Did
said
she ever
she had
repay?
Yeah, she repaid me some, but
Ma'am?
not all of it.
You've repaid him money in the
Yes.
past? All right, so he's not just a sugar daddy
No,
to you.
no.
Okay, good.
No.
Some
And,
might interpret this situation as you being a sugar daddy, but she pays you your money back, so this is a legitimate cop for you. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, anyway, she had a check coming, or she told me it was an insurance check, and she didn't have no way to cash it. So I stuck it in my bank. It was for $1,950. Okay, the next day, the bank told me it cleared. So I went and drawed $1,400 out to give to her because the other $550 she owed me. So I just left it in there. And the next day, the bank called me and told me the check came back, that I owed them $1,950, that it check bounced. And I talked to her about it when they, after they told me about it, I talked to her and we sat down and wrote out an agreement on the check that she would pay me $150 on the 1st of October and then $100 every Friday after that until the check was paid off. Now I'm paying the check back, the bank back.
Right.
They got a freeze on my bank account. And I got a...
Okay, let me have that evidence.
Your Honor.
Yes.
The only reason that I wrote that statement out was because Mr. Curry had been, I live downtown Indianapolis, and my dad pays my bills because I'm a student at a college. And he was threatening to go to my dad's company and tell my dad that I had guys living with me, and he was threatening to call CPS on my sister. I felt, distressed. That's why I signed the note, because he said that was the only way.
All right, fine. That's where you signed the note. What happened?
He didn't go to my dad or nothing like that because I signed the note.
We're not talking about the note anymore.
Okay.
I'm talking about what he accused you of. Forget about the promise.
Okay.
Forget about all of this now, because that's your excuse so far. Oh, I had to do this. Oh, they forced me. He made me sign it. All right, fine. Now, tell me what happened.
When I got the check, I thought that it was from my dad's insurance policy, because that's what my dad had told me a couple days before that. Well, it turns out that it wasn't like that. I had gotten on Craigslist and filled out for a personal assistant job, and they sent me an email back, which I have all the emails here, saying that I needed to send them my full name, my address, and all that, which I did. Well, this is where the check came from. It's an internet scam, is what it is. So that's where I got the check.
You were scammed.
Yeah, I was scammed, yes, but I thought that it was the insurance check from my dad. It was just a
Got it.
coincidental of, things that just took place.
He wasn't scammed.
No.
Right, you was scammed.
I was scammed, yeah.
So why should he pay for your scams?
Well, because he insisted that he deposit the check into his bank account so that it would save me from the check.
Oh, you didn't come and ask him?
No. I told him about the check.
And then you presented it to him?
Yeah, because
Did he snatch it out of your hand?
No, but he insisted.
Well, how is it that you insist?
He told me that I should let him deposit
And you did.
Yes, to save from check cashing
He didn't
fees.
force you.
No, okay.
You did it voluntarily.
Yeah, I did.
You gave him a bad check.
I didn't know it was a bad check.
Well, you found out.
Yeah, later on, yeah.
Correct. That's what people do when they bounce checks. They find out later on that the check was no good. The bank send you something and says, no good. It's no good.
Yeah, no, that's what I tried to tell him. I told him not to touch the money until the check cleared on both ends. He's the one that got antsy
Ma'am,
and
you
went and
gave
got the
him
money.
a bad check.
Not
and
purposely, though.
I know. You gave him a bad check.
Yeah, I did.
$1,950. Her only defense is that she was scammed. When the person presents you with a check, they're also promising you that this check is good. And when the check is no good, and if they've taken the money, then they've defrauded you out of your money. And that's what happened in this case. $1,950 is your judgment. Have a good day.
Thank you. How could you tell him we just done it once? We was in a relationship.
Why are you in there lying?
I'm not lying. We had sex more than once.
Okay, say
I
what you
couldn't
want.
count them.
Oh, yeah.
Got enough fingers.
Because you can't remember, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.